There was a time when my husband and I were very happy. I remember warm summer afternoons and backyard barbecues and laughter with friends. Our life was like some kind of suburban dream. But the day comes when we all must wake up. For me, that day came when a letter arrived. As threats go, it was concise and to the point. I did what I had to protect my family. My husband found out who wrote the letter. He let her know how much this upset him. Her sister figured out what my husband had done. So she decided to frame him for murder. Her murder, to be more specific. And that's when the dream that was Paul Young's life became a nightmare. Years later, a woman was pulled over for speeding. This woman had no identification, so she was arrested. And that is how people learned that Felicia Tillman was very much alive.
I see you got the suit I sent over. You like it?
I like anything that's not orange.
Well, get ready to do all sorts of shopping. Your settlement check came in. So where are you going first? After all these years in prison, I bet you're ready to party.
All I want is to go home.
Well, to your old neighborhood?
You sound surprised.
Well, none of your neighbors supported you during the trial. They didn't visit while you were here. No one would blame you if you hated them a little.
Oh, I don't hate them. A little.
And so my husband returned to Wisteria Lane. The neighbors were surprised to see him. They hadn't thought about Paul Young in years, but he had thought about them. And he was going to make sure they'd never forget him again. The phone call that comes in the middle of the night. The letter that arrives by special courier. The email marked urgent. Yes, there are all sorts of ways bad news can be delivered. But some news is so bad, it must be delivered in person.
Why do I have to tell them?
You said this couple lives in your neighborhood. Trustees of the hospital feel that makes you uniquely qualified.
And just what am I supposed to say? Great block party. By the way, one of our nurses may have switched your baby at birth. Try the dip.
Every minute we wait, this hospital takes on more liability. Now get on over to Wisteria Lane and tell those people what's going on.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
There's only one way to deliver news like this. Remain as calm as possible.
Bree, get out here! Damn it, why is nobody home? Flora, Gwen. Oh, thank God.
Why, Karen? What's wrong?
Paul Young, he's back.
What?
You heard me. Now don't you stay there. We gotta warn people.
Bree, I've never seen you like this. Are you all right?
I have something horrible to tell you, and I don't know how to say it.
You better think of something. You're starting to freak me out.
Remember that night when Carlos's mother was run over by a car? Well, I know who did it.
You what?
It was Andrew.
Oh.
여러분 안녕하세요. 오늘은 Desperate Housewives 시즌 7 에피소드 1, 첫 번째 시간을 갖도록 하고 있습니다. Mary Ellis Young의 narration이죠. Well, then I guess. 지금 수잔 델피노가 팔고 세를 놓고 간 집에 폴 영이 들어왔습니다. 폴 영은 메리 앨리스 영의 남편이죠. 시즌 1, 2에 나오는데 메리 앨리스 영을 협박했던 이웃집 협박했던 이웃집 아주머니가 있었고 메리 앨리스 영은 그 때문에 자살을 하게 되고 또 폴 영은 그 여자를 죽이게 되고 그 여자의 언니는 복수심에 불타게 됩니다. Well, then I guess everyone will be surprised to see you again. 모든 사람이 당신을 보게 되면은 놀랄 거라고 추측합니다. They absolutely will. 확실히 그렇겠죠. There was a time when my husband and I were very happy. 남편과 제가 아주 행복했던 시절이 있었습니다. I remember warm summer afternoons. 따뜻한 여름 오후 backyard barbecues. 그 바비큐 파티, laughter with friends, 친구들과의 웃음을 기억합니다. Our life was like some kind of suburban dream. 그 어떤 교회 생활의 꿈과 같은 삶이었습니다. But the day comes when we all must wake up. 그러나 꿈에서 모두 깨어나야 되는 그런 시간이 옵니다. For me, that day came when a letter arrived. 편지가 나한테 온 것은 그런 날이 왔습니다. As threats go, 그 협박에서는 it was concise, 아주 구체적이었고 to the point, 핵심을 찌르고 있었습니다. I did what I had to protect my family. 우리 가족을 보호하기 위해서 제가 해야 됐던 것을 했습니다. 그 폴령 부부는 남의 아이를 몰래 데리고 와서 미스테리 정착했고 그 사연을 아는 그 간호사가 바로 이웃집 여자의 언니였죠. 그래서 이 비밀이 드러날 걸 두려워해서 메리 엘리싱이 자살합니다. My husband found out who wrote the letter. 누가 편지를 썼는지 발견했고 he let her know how much this upset him. 이런 일이 얼마나 자기 마음을 상하게 했는지를 그 여자가 알게 했습니다. Her sister figured out my husband had done. 그 여자의 언니가 제 남편이 한 일을 알게 됐습니다. So she decided to frame him for murder. 살인죄로 덮어씌우기로 결심했습니다. 자기 손가락을 두고 잘라서 하여간 어떻게 살인범으로 교도소까지 만들었죠. For murder. 펠리시아 틸만을 폴령이 죽인 것처럼 되도록 해서 to be more specific, 좀 더 구체적으로 손가락 두 개를 잘라서 보내고 막 이런 일을 했죠. And that's when the dream was Paul Young's life became a nightmare. 그때 폴 영의 인생은 악몽이 되었습니다. Years later, 몇 년이 지나서 a woman was pulled over for speeding. 과속으로 한 여자가 제지를 당했습니다. The woman had no identification. 그 신분 증명서 없었고, so she was arrested. 체포됐습니다. That's how people learned that Felicia Tillman was very much alive. 그렇게 해서 펠리시아 틸만이 살아있다는 것을 사람들이 알게 됐습니다. I see you got the suit I sent over. 내가 보낸 양복을 받았죠. You like it? 변호사죠. I like anything that's not orange. 오렌지색이 아닌 것은 다 좋습니다. Well, get ready to do all sorts of shopping. 이제 모든 종류의 쇼핑할 준비가 됐죠. Your settlement check came in. 정착금 수표가 도착했습니다. So where are you going first? 어디로 갈 겁니까? After all these years in prison, 이렇게 감옥에 있은 이후에 I bet you are ready to party. 파티할 준비가 됐겠죠. All I want is to go. 내가 원하는 전부는 집에 가는 겁니다. What? To your old neighborhood? 옛날 그 이웃에게로요? You sound surprised. 놀라신 것 같군요. Well, none of your neighbors supported you during the trial. 그 재판 동안 이웃 중에 아무도 당신을 지지하지 않았어요. They didn't visit while you're here. 당신 여기 있는 동안 방문하지도 않았고, no one would blame you if you hated them a little. 당신이 그들을 좀 미워한다 해도 아무도 비난할 수 없을 겁니다. Oh, I don't hate them a little. 난 미워하지 않아. And so my husband returned to Wisteria Lane. 그렇게 내 남편은 Wisteria Lane에 돌아왔습니다. The neighbors were surprised to see him. 이웃이 보고 놀랐습니다. They hadn't thought about Paul Young in years. 여러 해 동안 폴 영에 대해 생각하지 않았고, but he had thought about them. 그러나 폴 영은 그들에 대해서 생각했습니다. And he was going to make sure they'd never forget him again. 그 사람들이 자기를 잊어버리지 않도록 확실하게 할 계획이었습니다. the phone call that comes in the middle of the night, 한밤중에 오는 전화, the letter that arrives by special courier, 특급 우편으로 배달되는 편지, the email marked urgent, 그 urgent라고 긴급이라고 적힌 이메일. Yes, there are all sorts of ways bad news can be delivered. 이게 다 아주 나쁜 소식이 전해지는 방식이죠. But some news is so bad. 그러나 어떤 뉴스는 아주 나빠서 it must be delivered in person. 직접 전달해야 합니다. And just what I'm supposed to say. 내가 뭐라고 말하죠? 병원이죠. Great block party. By the way죠. Y가 빠져야 됩니다. One of our nurses may have switched your baby at birth. 그러면 제가 가서 동네 파티에 가서 우리 간호사 중에 한 사람이 아기가 태어날 때 바꿔쳤습니다. Try to dip. Every minute we wait. 우리가 기다리는 모든 순간 this hospital takes on more liability. Try to dip 하면 그렇게 해봐야죠. 이런 뜻이겠죠. 병원은 책임을 더 지게 됩니다. Now get on over to the Wisteria Lane. Wisteria Lane에 가서 tell those people what's going on. 사람들에게 이 일에 대해서 말해주세요. 이 말이죠. 병원에서 누군가의 아기가 이제 오래전에 바꿔치기 됐습니다. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. 어떻게 해야 될지 모르겠습니다. There's only one way to deliver news like this. 뉴스를 이렇게 전달하는 유일한 방법입니다. Remain as calm as possible. 침착하세요. 이제 맥클라스키 할머니가 이제 Bree, get out here. 여기 나와봐. Damn it. Why is nobody home? 아무도 왜 집에 없지? 로라. 지나가는 이웃한테 말하죠. 로나. Gwen. Oh, thank God. Hi, Carol. What's wrong? Paul Young, he's back. Paul Young이 돌아왔어. What? You heard me. Now don't just stand there. 거기 서 있지 말고 you gotta warn people. 사람들에게 경고해야 돼. Bree, I've never seen you like this. 브리와 게비가 대화하고 있지. Are you alright? 괜찮아? I have something. You are starting to freak me out. 나를 겁나게 하는 걸? 심각한 얘기를 꺼내고 있죠. Remember that night when Carlos' mother, Carlos 어머니가 was run over by a car. 차에 치인 그날 밤 기억하지. Well, I know who did it. 누가 했는지 알아. You what? It was Andrew. Andrews. Oh God. He was only 16. 그냥 16세밖에 안 됐고. I was afraid he was gonna go to jail. 앤드류가 감옥에 갈 것이 두려웠어. So Rex and I decided to cover it up. 렉스와 내가 그걸 덮기로 했어. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. I need to go throw up a little. 내가 좀 토해야 되겠어. I'm so sorry and realize I should have told you sooner. 더 일찍 말했어야 되는데. No. You shouldn't have told me at all. 나한테 하지 말았어야지. 그죠? What? Now I have to tell Carlos. 내가 지금 이제 칼로스한테 말해야 돼. He's going to kill Andrew. 앤드류를 죽일 거고, and he's going to have to go to prison. 감옥에 갈 거고. So thank God for sending my husband to prison. 내 남편 감옥에 보내준 것에 대해서 고맙네. Bree, nice work. I just couldn't live with the secret any longer. 그 비밀 가지고 더 이상 살 수 없었어. And when Orson found out, Orson이 알아냈을 때, he told me I was a horrible person. 내가 끔찍한 사람이라고 말했거든. That's why you told me.